Hello there and welcome to my beautiful Gemini friends. My name is Angel with Ninth House Collective. Thank you guys so much for joining me for your March reading and energy update. And in simple terms, how I like to spend our time together is looking for messages for personal growth, to gain new perspectives, to help us move through the energy more in flow, more balanced, and more able to tackle the obstacles that show up in our life. So I'll be drawing cards from Tarot and one from Moonology, and I'll be looking for messages around what energy we need to release, right? That might be causing some blocks or stagnation. What energy we want to welcome in, right, for our highest good. And I'll also look for messages around actions we can take or concepts we can kind of think on in a new way to affect this change and really keep that flow going month to month. In addition to that, Reiki and chakra centers is something that, I bring in a sense to my readings, because I will from time to time get kind of buzzing, or my throat will close up, or I get different sensations in my body. And so I will bring forth messages around where those show up and what chakra centers might need a little nurturing, or have some messages to give us a little insight, right? So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to shuffle up the cards now for my Geminis and really just ask you guys to take a moment. My videos are always under 15 minutes, right? They're usually 10 to 13 minutes. So take a moment, get present, let the day fall away. These are general readings, but there's always going to be nuggets of wisdom. So see which ones resonate and how you can maybe gain some insight, some clarity around maybe how you can see things differently, or what you can shift to really stay in flow and balanced for the month. All right, allow me please to be a clear channel, connecting only with the energies of unconditional love, the highest of wisdom, and the utmost healing. What is it that my Virgo friends need to hear in regards to the energy of March? All right, and so we got the Lovers card. Oh, two major arcanas, Gemini, back to back. The Lovers, the Temperance in its inverse position, and the Page of Cups in its inverse position. All right, so guys, I use my channel for personal growth. The first major arcana that showed up for you is the Lovers card. And while this speaks to harmonious relationships and often, our love life, right? For me, for personal growth, this is about us being really raw and honest with ourselves, accepting accountability, really seeing and understanding ourselves and seeing how we may be impeding or causing blocks within our lives. So I love this. This is just talking about you being raw and honest this month, really looking at, lovers, how we give and receive love in a healthy manner, right? And the second major arcana that showed up for you guys was the Temperance, and it came in its inverse position, right? So Temperance speaks to just that balance, moderation, really in flow between the physical and the spiritual realms, right? It is a beautiful energy, but it showed up in its inverse manner. So while you were welcoming in truth and honesty and really getting raw and honest with yourself, the Lovers card here, I'm speaking on, it is a number 6, right? And so this is all about celebrating our small successes, right? Seeing, celebrating what we've learned, where we've changed, right? How we're growing. Temperance in its inverse speaks to an imbalance, right? So in its upright manner, this speaks to flow, balance, emotional stability, really being able to balance our logical selves with our emotional selves. So in its inverse manner, that's what you're being called to release, is this kind of imbalance, right? We want to bring in the energy of Temperance. So you are welcoming in, really being raw and honest with yourself, really celebrating your small successes, and you are letting go and really being called to release energy and focus on where the imbalances are, right? maybe where we need to bring more emotional stability or some more mental clarity. So those are the messages, and they're both major arcanas, Geminis. So this really signifies like big energy, and these are huge lessons that you've most likely been learning for many years, possibly decades, right? This is big energy. And messages around action. So this is what I'm feeling, okay? The action card that came for you, or the concepts to kind of think on to maybe affect some positive change around bringing in that temperance energy, really letting go of the imbalances, and really welcoming in being more raw and honest with yourself and how you can affect the positive change. Because really you are all you can control, my beautiful Gemini friends. So the actions to take, this is the card that showed up in its inverse manner. This is the Page of Cups. Again, cups referring to emotional stability, right? So this cup, the page is young energy, right? It is exuberant energy, right? Sometimes it can be reckless energy, right? And so when it shows up in its inverse manner, I want you to be aware and to think on the concepts around not being reckless, of really doing your due diligence with the actions that you're taking within your life. But really, more so than that, the message that this card in its inverse manner, and looking at the other cards, that is jumping out to me is that you guys, you need to be open to experience joy, pleasure, and expect miracles and good things. I feel like with this temperance in its inverse, currently you're feeling some imbalances, some emotional instability. So for those of you that are resonating with that, where you feel like, in its inverse, this is like you've lost your faith, you don't have hope, right? You don't believe in miracles or good things anymore, right? So that's the action. Like, you need to lean into expecting miracles, the good things, getting raw and honest about what you can control, what you can't control, about how you give and receive love, right? Really letting go of the relationships, the habits, the behaviors that are imbalanced, right? That aren't honoring yourself. And really becoming aware of how you can improve to really foster those harmonious relationships within your life. So again, expect miracles. The two centers that are jumping out to me overwhelmingly for my Gemini friends are going to be your second and your third chakra centers. So your sacral center, which is your orange center, and your solar plexus, which is your yellow center. I'm getting a third, but I really want you to focus on those two. This is going to be tied into a message about how you can help nurture those centers, because this center, our throat chakra, that's kind of buzzing for me a little bit right now. It's blocked by the lies we tell ourselves, right? Which really is similar to this energy, right? We're getting raw and honest with ourselves, right? We're being getting more mental clarity, seeing where we can take accountability for where we are and some of the things that maybe we would like to change or see improve in our life. Really gaining emotional stability and mental clarity, and letting go of the imbalances, right? Temperance in its upright position is in flow, balanced, using your intelligence as well as your intuition and your emotions to make decisions, balance, flow, right? Expect miracles, letting go of this hopelessness. So the centers we're going to talk on for a little bit, because Geminis, our sacral center, when there's an imbalance there, it's typically about emotions that might be stuck in that center, that need to be processed and released. And the emotion that typically blocks that center is going to be around guilt. And with our solar plexus, the emotion that gets trapped there is going to be about shame, right? So I really want my Gemini friends, as you get raw and honest with yourself, think about where you carry guilt and shame, and it's time to release that, right? Once you learn the lesson, let go of the energy and get raw and honest with how you can move forward to create this temperance, this flow, right? Forgive yourself, forgive others, and really kind of get raw and honest. So think on that, Geminis. Guilt and shame. Some of it may not be yours to hold, and even if it was yours to hold, you are a different person. You have learned that lesson. So stop punishing yourself and move forward letting go of the hopelessness or like the despair, and really see about the positivity, the joy, the miracles, the expecting something as crazy as a fish jumping out of this chalice here on the cup, right? So it does caution reckless behavior. So do your due diligence as you step forth into this new energy of creating more temperance. So sacral center is best nurtured by leaning into joy, creativity, and play, right? So however that looks for you, it could be dance, it could be drawing, coloring, painting, rearranging a room, fun. It can just be about inviting fun. What do you love? That center, when it is blocked by guilt, it really blocks joy from our lives. So you want to create joy. So really lean into play and creativity to get that center unblocked and moving and balanced and in flow. Solar plexus, that's going to be about flipping the inner critic, right? I want you guys to think about how you truly believe about yourself. What do you speak out loud? What are your inner critic and your thoughts? And when you have something that's negative, right, and that causes emotional instability and not clear thoughts, right? Instead of that, say, thank you for alerting me that something needs balance, right? Something needs a different story. So those are some of the concepts I want you guys to lean into in March to really heal where those imbalances are. And thirdly, that we spoke on, and it's excuse me, starting to close on me a little bit. This is blocked by the lies we tell ourselves. So getting clear, right? Really getting clear, because when we're imbalanced emotionally and have unclear and kind of obtrusive and repeating thoughts, or, that mental energy of not having that clarity, when we're in that state, we don't make great decisions. So these are the concepts and the messages. So the throat is really good to balance by journaling, seeing where do we hold shame, where do we hold guilt, where are there some stories that are causing emotional instability and unhealthy, obtrusive, or overthinking thoughts right now, right? Because that is what I'm seeing as the imbalance. But the Lovers is here. So you guys are doing great work. So really getting and welcoming in more of that energy of being raw and honest and loving yourself and accepting yourself. Right where you are, because you're divine, right? We're all learning and growing. None of us have lived a life where we didn't do things that weren't in our highest vision or to our highest standards, right? But it's about moving through the energy, learning and growing and changing, right? And so welcome in this beautiful major arcana energy for March for my Gemini friends, and really start to lean into letting go of hopelessness and not thinking that things can change. Expect miracles, right? This is all about really being open to joy and pleasure and expecting the good things in life. Okay. Enough of my random babbling. You have your centers to nurture. You have some concepts to think about. Let's close it out now, guys. What is the message that my Gemini friends need to hear for their highest good, from their highest self, right? What is the message to wrap this up about being raw and honest with themselves, bringing in the energy of temperance and really letting go of the emotional stability and clarity within the thoughts or the overthinking, and really leaning more into joy and pleasure and nurturing that sacral center, right? And thinking good thoughts about yourselves. And as you do this, and unwind these stories and these emotions that might be trapped, release them. It's going to bring so much more flow. All right, your Moonology message to close it out, Geminis, is and you guys got a personal issue is going to reach a conclusion. Personal issues reaches resolution. Okay, so there's some personal issue, right, that's going to be resolving for you in March or through the next few months. So really unwind and get raw and honest with yourself to help you achieve this this personal resolution, right? Let's let go of the energy in its inverse, feeling emotionally unstable, feeling not clear in our thoughts, and let's bring in balance and flow. Okay, guys, nurture those three centers: sacral, solar plexus, and throat, and have a beautiful month. Take care, guys.